Here's the fig tree that JC and his wife gave me. I got 4 ripe ones off here so far. Maybe I can find some more. That one went to the birds. This place is in need of a cleanup. All right, so I got an improved table tennis robot. There! Yeah! Do the robot. Good job, 2-to-1.
Thank you.
Even after all my COVID practice.
Woo,
I couldn't hit those serves I've been practicing.
All right.
Tight games. All right, let's have some coffee and do race updates. And oh, we got a shoe review.
Yes, we do.
Hey, it's been such a long time.
Yeah, here I am stuffing my face with cake again.
Yeah, I guess we got to take off these masks because we're eating. I guess that's okay. New cases. It's pretty low here in Taiwan.
Yesterday there was about 17, I think. So it's getting down to very low cases.
Yeah, that's good. We're down to level 2 now, so we can get out to those hiking trails, and restaurants are open.
Are you planning to go to a restaurant soon?
Probably still just take out for a while. So our plans got totally corrupted. We were going to do Snow Mountain. We were going to do all these races. So now we've kind of flip-flopped on our plan of mountains, for one thing. What should we do first? We do have a shoe review, so if you're here, because I got to put that in the title, or else we won't get any viewers. So maybe we should start with our shoe review. What's that?
It's New Balance.
New Balance.
So during the COVID so-called lockdown in Taiwan, not really a lockdown, but you know, it was, our activities were pretty restricted, but I could still go outside for some running, and I decided to buy some new shoes. So first of all, heads up to the Running Duck Effect, new running YouTube channel. The runner Miaoli is based in Australia, and he does some pretty good shoe reviews as well as some running, training for marathon. So this is my new shoe. This is called the Rebels, New Balance Rebels version 2. Okay.
Get close there without sticking it in my coffee. All right. Oh, it's so light.
It's a very light shoe, and it has an extremely nice cushion. Very soft, very comfortable. And I've run 100 miles on these already, and I'm just beginning, you know, to see some wear and tear on the forefoot.
There's quite a bit amount of hard rubber over the. This is EVA, really soft, and this is hard.
Right. So you can feel that it's really soft and spongy.
Yeah. Wow, I never had a pair of New Balance. Never.
This is my first, and I'm happy to say I'm very satisfied, and I probably will keep running with this and maybe even get another pair because it's a really nice shoe. Yeah.
So we have mesh upper. Seems breathable.
Okay, and it's called a fuel cell. Fuel cell, which means it gives you some push. You know, when your foot strikes the ground, it will give you some pushback.
How is that? With just because it's bouncy, or is there is there a plate in there?
No plate in this one. Okay, so this one is running about 3,400 MT. But I think since it's a relatively new shoe, it's probably going to go down in price in the next few months. I think. Yeah, great shoe. Really happy with this.
I like the. Looks like there's a paper thin tongue.
Yes.
I like that because you don't need a thick tongue. All that does is add to the heat, I think.
Exactly.
So it keeps it light that way. Looks like you have some. There's a grommet here, but nowhere else. That's weird.
Yes. So the lacing is a little bit unusual, but I've gotten used to it. I found that the laces don't come untied very often.
It's like a zigzag.
That's right. Some runners have made some complaints about the lacing, but one thing I like about the shoe, in addition to all the things I already said, is it's very easy to take on and off.
You can just slip it on?
Oh, just easy, off and on. So you remember before this, I was running with the Adidas Boston at the 09.
Yes.
And
I have the Bostons too.
Yeah, you have the 8.
I have the
right?
8. Yeah.
So they are really tight. They have a very tight fit, and it takes me a long time, more than normal, to get them on my foot and adjust it. And when I take them off, they're like pulling tight socks off my foot. So I've become a little bit, tired of struggling with my shoes with the Adidas. But these are just like, it's just so easy to get them on and off.
My
Such a
Under Armours are like that too.
Really?
Those are my go-to shoes, and that's exactly the reason, because I'm too lazy to open up laces and get my foot in there. These just like whoop, slip on like a slipper. But do they stay on your feet? You don't want them to be that loose that they will just like fall off when you're running.
Oh, I have no problems with this. Very good fit, very snug. I can wear a thin sock or a thicker sock. In the summer, of course, I'm wearing a thin one. And you can see the mesh is very light. So actually, my feet don't get that hot.
Yeah, it looks like a good shoe for the summer.
Okay, so the farthest I've run with these so far is about 8 or 9 miles. So I haven't really gone the distance with these. But so far, I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
I don't want to get too close to these. So you have a nice an overlay that protects the laces, and then just the one grommet. Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're not, stunning looking shoes, but I kind
cool.
of like, the simple design.
Yeah.
There's nothing fancy about the end, right? So, not bad shoes.
There's an Adidas out. It reminded me of that. It has absolutely no tread. It's just completely flat, but it's rubbery, so it'll still grip surfaces. But this kind of reminded me of that, because you don't have tread really. There's just some lines on here. That's it.
Yeah. So some people say that when you're running on wet surfaces like rocks or things like that, it may not have as much traction as another, shoe which has more, grip on the bottom.
Yeah, it's not a trail shoe, it's a road shoe.
Definitely not a trail shoe. Just like for roads and track. Yeah.
Fuel cell from New Balance.
Rebel 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. Speaking, we were just talking about heat. What have you been doing to run in this crazy heat?
I've been running in the evenings, Jay, so I go out around 5, sometimes even 5:30, and I run for an hour and a half at the most. And it seems like that time of day is probably the best for me, because I'm not an early bird. At least in the summer, I haven't been an early bird. So I can get in a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half before I go home, shower, and teach some classes.
Hour and half of running. That's good. But it's mixed, like walking and...
Yeah.
We're talking about this.
Yeah.
We just kind of, at least from what you're saying, I think I do the same thing. Long walk to really kind of get into the groove.
I do stretches too. I walk for 10 minutes, and then I do some stretches, and then I start my run. And I in this heat, I've been averaging like 7.5 minutes per kilometer. And my heart rate is pretty high. So I've been trying to use Maffetone Method.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been trying to keep my heart
Phil
rate
Maffetone.
down. If it goes over 132, I start to slow my pace or even walk.
So how do they figure that out? It's what is the starting number? 180 minus your age.
180 minus.
Not to reveal your age.
I just said 132, but I added some heartbeats there because I think I'm an experienced runner. So that's not my real age. I am not 48 years old.
I don't think I could run very fast and stay under 130. That would be a really slow run.
Yeah.
Well, especially in this heat.
Yeah, it would be.
But that's the method. I don't know. Check it out for yourself. It seems to make sense, although your buddy Sage does not subscribe to that theory.
No, he doesn't. Okay, so speaking of Sage, his higher running website, which is his new name, is no longer Sage Canaday. It's the higher running website. not VO2 Max running, right? That was his old website. Okay, he offers a free aerobic base building plan for 9 weeks. You can just download it and print it, and I've been using it. And it starts at about 16 miles per week, and it builds up to about 32. So I've run about 70% of all the workouts, and I just finished it last week.
So that's just to get you up to the aerobic base to start his marathon program.
Yeah, start a marathon training.
Roughly, what does that look like? How many days a week, and does he add anything else in there as far as cross training?
Well, cross training is up to you. I think cycling or swimming are also good sports to add in addition to running.
Are you still swimming?
No.
No, the pools have been.
Like biking a little bit. So basically, it starts off at 4 days a week. You have 3 rest days, and it ends at 5 or 6 days a week on the last week. So
the last week has the most running?
The last week is the most running.
There's not a taper?
For an aerobic base building plan?
No. I was talking about the. Oh, okay.
No,
that's for the aerobic base
plan.
building.
I haven't started the marathon plan yet.
And you bought it, right?
I bought it.
How much is that?
$15.99.
And did you buy a certain level? Like, is there
yes.
beginner?
They have several levels, and I bought the 4-hour finish. Okay, I'm looking at a 4-hour finish for a marathon.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Cake. I'm not gonna have the one that you bit into already.
I didn't bite it.
This is gonna fall apart.
Okay, so I think we call out with our running. No races until October, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything until October.
All right, me.
I hope we are running, because right now in level 2, outside you cannot have an event over 100 people. And these races are usually like 1,000 and some people. But, we're 3 months out, so, or 2.5. What is it, mid-October? Yeah. So
21K.
yeah, in a little bit of altitude.
Yeah, but it starts at 2,000 meters. So it's going to be a pretty nice temperature as long as it's not raining.
I'm excited to do a race again. Wow. Last one I did was 10K, and was it Shangang? Was that the last one we did together? And you did the full marathon.
Yes, I did. That was in March.
Yeah. And then, bam! COVID stuff.
Well, not that fast. It was 2 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a couple of hikes. We did the one.
In fact, that's the last time I saw you was on a hike.
That was in May. So we haven't met.
He's got it all up here.
Almost 2.5 months.
I know. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
And we're planning another GuGuan hike.
Okay, that's called Mount MaLun.
MaLun.
Okay, so this is a 14K hike, 7 up and 7 back, and it takes between 6 and 8 hours, so it's not an easy one. It's got 1,300 feet of elevation, and it's mostly forested, which is good if we
feet or meters?
Wait, meters. Right. So it starts at 1,000 and it goes up to 2,300.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got to get an early start. Hopefully we can go with the boys, the 4 J's. Jeremy, James, Jesse, and Jay, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hiking buddies. By the way, I might do some golfing because the golf courses are open. Got to get James out there. It's a good sport, Jesse. You should learn. Because then I can beat you at a sport. Right? And this one here, pool.
Oh, this one, dude. I don't know anything about this.
I've seen a couple of videos about that one. I noticed a lot of Filipinos like to hike.
That's true.
Yeah. Maybe it's just when I search. I don't search in Chinese, I search in English. And the Filipino community would sometimes use English in their titles.
Yes.
So they put some music behind it. And they look like they're having so much fun.
They do.
So you said it's the second highest. What's the highest of the 7 heroes?
I think it's Baxianshan, but I have to check that.
And there was another one, Pojinjia.
Yeah. So that's also a long hike, and it's farther from Changhua, so that would be, that would probably require, either a very early start or not having a restriction about when to come back. So
Yeah, which is tough because we're
It's
all
about-
teaching.
yeah, it's about a 2-hour drive. MaLun,
MaLun. Yeah. All right. That is on our radar pretty soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm flexible.
Yeah.
I'm flexible. I have Mondays free until September.
And we are switching our plan maybe for Snow and Jade, correct?
That's right. Okay, so just a brief explanation. I've done snow before, and I did it in October. And seeing that we may have a chance to hike this fall, I was suggesting we do Jade Mountain instead of snow, just because it's different time of season.
Tallest mountain in Taiwan.
Tallest mountain.
And it would be a situation where we bring our pack to the cabin.
Yeah, same scenario.
And they rent out sleeping bags, so we wouldn't have to carry a sleeping bag.
And food.
They give you a meal.
They have dinner and breakfast,
Wow. So you don't have to carry that much.
but it's not free.
How much? Do you remember how much that is?
No, I haven't checked.
It's probably not astronomical.
Not that much.
Not that much. And we get to register.
60 days in advance. So the deadline is coming soon if we want to go in October. Tell your wife. Right?
Yes.
So I'm still waiting on your reply.
I think she's okay. I think it's a yes. Yeah.
It's a yes. That's not an official yes. Okay?
No, I gotta check
I have
the
to get an
calendar for
official email.
doctor's appointments and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All
Gotta
right.
check that out. Shall we have some fig?
Figs. Oh man.
I have. I think they're soft enough where you can use like this plastic spoon. Here,
Okay.
pick one that looks good to you.
Why would I need a spoon for a fig?
We're gonna cut the fig
we're gonna cut it in
and
half.
like scoop it out. Show the
got it.
good folks at home. Let's see. So, for example, here's one, and I will see if I can get this cut. All right. So that's the inside of the fig,
Wow, look at that.
and you just take the
beautiful.
spoon. Try not to make a mess. Look for ants. Well, pick one.
Okay.
Are you gonna use a fork?
Oh, boiled egg.
Mm.
Oh, I see.
Did I tell everybody? Yeah, this is the. Oh, look at that. That one's not as ripe as this one,
Okay.
but it'll work. They get all like gelatinous. That's when it's nice and ripe. There was a couple that were eaten by birds.
Oh.
If you get an ant, it's just protein.
Try telling that to my daughter.
Yeah, my wife is freaked out too. If you ever watch the process of, or read about the process of how these things are, fertilized, there's a wasp that actually enters and then bores its way out, and it lays eggs
Inside the fruit?
inside the fruit. But there's a chemical that kind of disintegrates or dissolves the eggs. Yeah.
Oh, so
Actually, I shouldn't have told you that.
you're basically eating wasp eggs,
Yeah, I think so.
which is a kind of protein anyway.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
you don't see it, so
Yeah,
You
what you
don't
can't
worry
see
about
won't
it.
hurt you.
right. Yeah.
Hatrima.
Mine was okay, not that sweet, but edible.
We have 3 more.
Okay. Let me choose a bigger one this time. Maybe the bigger ones are
Mm.
sweeter.
Give that.
That's huge.
You want that one?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll get try that one. Oh my word! Look at that. Yeah.
As my grandmother used to say, my land.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was she from?
She grew up in near Westminster, Maryland.
Oh, it's a Maryland
She grew
thing.
up on a farm.
Oh.
Her parents had a big farm.
My land.
My land.
Oh, my land. That is to die for.
Slight exaggeration. Okay, so getting back to running, I've only got one race on my horizon. I
Me
haven't
too.
Registered for any races, and the reason is because although COVID is apparently under control at the moment, you never know what will happen down the road. So it's better to wait and see before registering, especially for races that are, in the early winter. I would say November, December. Those races could be affected by an outbreak, and you would just get your race canceled, you would get a partial refund, and they would just send you a shirt and maybe a medal.
Yeah, the last time I got my medal for doing nothing.
Yeah, and races are not that expensive in Taiwan. Maybe a marathon might cost around $40. If the race is canceled, you would only receive maybe half. You would only get half back. And they would send you your shirt, a medal, and maybe some cookies. Or some food that they were planning to give to you anyway.
Yeah.
So basically you lose, no, I'm fine. You lose half of your registration fee for nothing. And of course disappointment that the race was canceled. So I'm playing it by ear. I'm being very careful about which race I want to run.
Yeah.
However, yes, there's a 43K, a little over an ultra in Miaoli, which is about a 45-minute drive from Changhua.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah. And I've been keeping an eye on it, but they haven't opened the registration yet. And that one is in mid-December. Okay.
I will consider that if my foot is okay.
They also have a 23K. And they also, I think they have 4 races. It's a pretty big race. So shout out to my buddies in Kaohsiung and Taipei, Greg Haxton and Daniel Ray and Kevin Paul. Okay, so they're all planning to do a race in Kaohsiung, and I believe it's mid-November. Okay, it's a marathon. It would be my friend Greg's first marathon. So hopefully you guys can get on that, and I'm interested, but I'm still waiting to see.
That's his first marathon? He's
First.
done so many 21Ks.
Yeah, he's waiting. He's postponing it until there's the right day and the right time. So
yeah, it's a big deal. The first marathon, man.
Yes.
You never forget that.
Well, I waited over a year and a half to do my first marathon.
Yeah, well, that's actually pretty quick. You did a half, and then you did how many halves did you do before?
Probably about 5 or 10.
You're at 5 now?
5.
Full
5
marathon.
full marathon.
I'm at 9. If you count that one as 38K. I might be getting drunk on figs. This is the second one that was like fermented.
Well, you still have some cake here. You're gonna go home with a full stomach.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to talk about my training.
Okay.
My training is, I think it's called the first program. Runner's World, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a YouTube.
No, Runner's World is it was a magazine.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing minimal running. It is 3 days of running only, and this is because I seem to be injury prone. But you can put like a lot of effort into these runs, and then you can do cross training on the other days and stretching and things. Anyway, Monday I will do either Meb Keflezgy's Meb for Mortals exercises, upper body, lower body, and Swiss ball. I alternate between doing the Matt Fitzgerald brain training for runners, which I sent you a couple pictures. I hope that's okay, Matt.
Stretching. All the stretches, right?
They're like dynamic stretches. They're moving stretches. It's core, flexibility, balance. All right, so the basic 3 runs that I do is 1, a speed workout. But for me, I don't get that speedy. Just like, I'd say up tempo, all right? With a really good warm up and cool down. And not very much volume at all. And then Wednesday, I lift weights. Currently, I'm going through this book called Huge and Freaky.
Huge and freaky.
Yeah, huge and freaky. It's just jam-packed of workouts, and it's just like the big muscle exercises. And I do 4 to 5 sets on those, so it's a lot of squats, basically. Yeah, which I think is good. The power muscles.
Absolutely.
Good for running.
I wish I could do it.
And Thursday is a tempo run. It's either low tempo or up tempo run, steady state. Friday is, I think it's another lift. And then Saturday, usually it's either bike, indoor bike, or walk. Sometimes, once in a while, I'll do stairs. Yeah.
Sounds like a nice schedule.
Yeah.
Variation, you won't get bored with the same stuff all the time.
And Sunday's a long run, but it starts out as, it's like a run/hike. And recently I had been, before our spike with COVID, I had been wearing a backpack. So I might start off with a long walk. I try to get up into the mountains, get onto dirt, and then try to run home from that. So it's like half hiking, half running. And that's where I'm at. And then I keep steadily increasing the volume.
Yeah, yes. What you've done is pretty hardcore because you go out for your runs in the mid-afternoon when it's like the hottest time of the day.
Yeah, I aim for the shade.
And it's hard to find much.
I shouldn't, but I can't wake up early, and I don't want to, infringe upon my family's time and all that stuff. So that's when I can do it.
Good family man.
Yeah. But 2 hours that's good enough in that heat.
It is.
And you really got to cover. I wear sleeves, lather on the sunscreen, wear a wide brim hat or a hat with flaps. Really want to cover up with this stuff.
Yeah.
And hydrate.
Yeah, because in Taiwan we've still got another at least month or 2 months of this heat.
Yeah,
it doesn't let up until maybe October.
Yeah, there's even some hot days in November.
So, we have to live with it. Or just say forget running, and then, that's impossible.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop.